Hey everybody, so today I will be installing the OEM Fog Light kit on my 2011 Genesis Coupe Turbo. And if you enjoy the video, be sure to comment, like, and share it, as well as subscribe to my channel. So if you're like me and you have a first generation turbo, your car did not come with fog lights, and this kit comes with everything you need to have fog lights. And you can either order it through BTR's website, or you can order it straight from Diode Dynamics, but either way BTR sources it from Diode Dynamics. To start off this installation, you're going to remove these two plastic screws right here that hold in part of the fender liner, and with those out you can easily get to the other side of the fog lights. With those two pieces off, you can just slide this down and just bend it down like that. And here's the back side of the fog light blank. You're going to be removing that screw right there, the one right there, one on the top left there, and then right there. And that whole blank will come right out. I just finished taking all those screws out, and from the back side you can just pop this whole fog light blank right out. Now that we have both of the blanks out, it's now time to use the wiring harness that this kit comes with and start wiring. So you want to start off and remove the fuse box cover. With the fuse box off, you're going to want to come to this left side screw right here, and this is where the main power will be tapped into. We're using a 10mm socket. And then on this top right here, we're going to take this one off as well, and this is where the ground will be. And now with the wiring harness, you're going to take this black wire right here with this connector piece, and then the matching red wire with the same kind of connector piece. And this is going to be your power and your ground. So now with these bolts loosened, we're going to take the power, the red one, slide it right underneath this nut, right like in that. And then I'll go ahead and tighten that one up. And then the black ground, we're going to slide underneath that one right there. And with all those wires connected, I've gone ahead and tucked this fuse right into the slot right here. And now I can put back on the fuse cover. And with the fuse cover back on, we can now take this shorter wire, which is going to then plug into the fog light. And we're just going to feed it right down here to the back of the bumper. To route the longer cable, I've gone ahead and removed the factory snorkel, and then located this wire right under this coolant reservoir, and then just zip tying it to this hose right here, and then down here. And then I'll be able to feed this right down there. And then for this piece right here, which has all the wires attached to it, I'm going ahead and remove this nut from right there, and I'll just place that right on there. With those wires routed, we now need to unplug the headlight switch, and it's just right down here, and you can just pinch the top of it and then unplug it. With that unplugged, I'm going to go ahead and remove the headlight, which is just two screws right here. That way I have a little bit easier time getting the wires to splice these into. Now with better access to this wire, gone ahead and opened it up, and we're looking for the thin red wire and the thin black wire. So here's a close-up of the wires that we're having to deal with. The two red wires, the one on the right is a little bit thinner, so we're going to use that one. And then of these three black ones, the one on the far right looks to be the thinnest as well, so we're going to go with that one as well. We're using the provided crimpers that this kit came with. We're just going to put it on the correct wire, close it down, and then use pliers to close it tightly. Now we're going to go ahead and take part of the wiring harness with the red and the black and just plug them into the proper color, black to black and red to red. The headlight's now reinstalled, and I've plugged in the headlight wire. Now it's time to take each fog light and plug it in and test it out. So we're now plugging in the lights, and the harness right here actually does not fit on either of the bulbs I bought from Diode Dynamics. It just does not plug in because that center piece you can see in there. So I went out to AutoZone, $7. I had to buy two of these. This is a little harness that will plug into the light perfectly. And then I just have to now cut off the harness piece right here and then attach these wires to this piece. So I now have the new connector onto the harness, and you can see the new plug, what it looks like. So that slot in the middle corresponds to the slot that's on the actual bulbs. See it down there? And here is the plug that actually came on this kit. So obviously doesn't fit at all, so I had to cut that off. And here's the actual new plug that I bought. So now the next step, I'm just going to go ahead and plug in the fog lights and just let them sit here and do a test. Now we're going to test out the lights. We're going to turn the headlight switch that's on the steering column just to the first notch. And now the actual headlight's on. And with the headlights on, both fog lights are nice and lit. It's a little hard to see with the sun on, but they are lit. So they do work perfectly now, and now the next step is to install them. And now to install the fog light, we just tuck the wires back in here and then move this fender liner all the way down, and we can just slide the assembly right in from the underside. And now we'll just slide this in just like we did with the blank, and then we'll use those same 4 screws to screw it in. So there you go, everybody. That's how you install the OEM fog light kit on the Genesis Coupe. Overall, it's a pretty straightforward installation, except for the fact that I had to redo the plugs. But it's all done now, and they work nicely, and they look very cool. So thank you all for watching, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel.